Hey guys, it's Di, and I wanted to tackle one more topic as a part of Stay at Home Mom September, and I apologize because I didn't get through as many topics as I wanted to, but things have started ramping up with the movie and it's just been a little crazy around here. But a commenter asked this down in the comments below on a few videos back, and I really could identify with this question, and I've been working on it myself, so I thought that this was a great question to talk about and to pose. And basically they were asking, how do you learn to let go as a stay-at-home mom and allow your kids to be independent when you're so used to being around them? And the commenter put it in a way that I really could identify with. Well, basically they're with you all day long, you've been around them so much that it's almost like they're another limb and you're so used to having them around. How do you get used to not having them around? How do you learn to let go, to allow them to do things like preschool and that sort of thing? So this is also a little bit of a stay-at-home mom confessional, which I've never actually done one before, but we might as well just roll it all into one video. My confession is that actually this is the biggest reason why I initially was not anticipating putting Bella in preschool this year. It never was really anything to do with Bella. I knew Bella would enjoy it a lot, and I knew that she would get a lot out of it, that it would be a fun setting for her to meet new friends and be around kids her age. I knew that in my mind, but for me, the learning to let go has definitely been a hard process, and like the commenter said, really having especially Bella or your first around, because you've been so used, if you're a stay-at-home mom from the beginning, you're used to constantly having them with you. And for me, this has been a process from way back when, even when she was a baby. So I wanted to let you know kind of about the process that I was going through, and then also let you know the steps that I've taken to help alleviate the situation or lessen it a little bit, because it's always a little bit hard, but it is getting easier. So Bella's 3 years old now, and I've been struggling with this since she was a tiny baby. I've been a stay-at-home mom from the start. And even when she was a tiny baby, even just allowing someone to come over and babysit was a really big step for me. I had my best friend in Michigan, who I love dearly and would definitely trust with my own child. She was pretty much the only person that babysat Bella in the beginning, other than maybe like my mom or someone like that. But even leaving Bella with someone that I really trusted, knew very well, I, would almost like have a slight panic, like, I don't know if I can do this, which doesn't make any sense whatsoever, but you just get so used to being around them that you kind of have to take that step to start making it a part of your life. So my first thing to say is, if you're going through this, whether you have a child that's still a small baby or maybe you have a toddler, is to take baby steps. For me, that really worked. So at first I started out with having some of my best friend come over and watch Bella while my husband and I went out to grab dinner or a movie, leaving him with a trusted family member, obviously my mom. We are very similar in personality and that sort of thing. So take the first baby step and just use a small baby step at first, if that's what you're most comfortable with. For me, that really worked. And the next baby step, I would say, is to find the setting that you're most comfortable in and then take it to the next step. So for us, what worked is I found a trusted babysitter through my husband's work that was the college-age daughter of one of his colleagues. And so she came over, she got along great with the girls loved her, she was very trustworthy, and they lived close, which was a bonus. And so that felt very comfortable and it felt right to me. So that was the next baby step for me, as far as leaving the girls with someone that I didn't quite know yet. And then I also, for a brief period of time, had them in childcare right after we first moved here, at a more of a daycare type setting, just because I was nervous about finding a nanny or babysitter that actually came into our house at that point, because we were new to the area. It never really felt 100% great, and the girls had a lot of issues with getting sick there, so they only did that for a few months and I ended up pulling them out. So that's the other thing I would say, is if it just is not working for you, don't be afraid to say, you know what, this is not working for me. I'll revisit it later on, or this particular situation is not working for me. So it's nothing against that center in particular. I thought they were doing some great things there, and they obviously were a great resource for parents that had to work part-time or full-time. I was trying to use it to take Bella to some lessons and have some place to securely have Natalie at, and then vice versa, have some one-on-one time with Natalie and be able to have Bella at a secure place, and at that point in time, I decided it really wasn't what worked for us. So anyhow, moving back to the baby steps and finding a setting that you're comfortable in. So what worked for me was leaving the girls, or when I had just Bella, with a person that I really knew and loved and trusted. That worked well, obviously. And then going from there, finding someone that you're comfortable with through reference and that sort of thing seems to work really well. And then moving on to kind of the next step, enrolling them in programs where you're actually dropping them off if they're a little bit older, 3-year-old, preschool, and that sort of thing. What I did for this is I looked at a number of programs. I got information from probably about 6 or 7 programs, and I went to visit a number of them. And I really just went with my intuition as far as what felt right. When I walked into the preschool that Bella is now going to, I pretty much instantly knew that is where we were going to be choosing. I got a great vibe from the teachers. I liked the environment. I liked the class size. I liked the rapport the teachers had with the parents. I feel like I can always ask a question or get a question answered from them, and it just is the environment that I was looking for. So I would say don't hesitate to look at a number of environments or look at a number of preschools or childcare settings or whatever you're looking for before you find the right one. And not all of them will be right for everyone. So what's right for you may not be right for someone else. And then the next suggestion I would have that's worked for me, and this really works well for me because I'm a schedule person. So what I would say is to schedule those times that you are leaving your child in the care of someone else, or you are allowing them to be independent and go do their own thing. Schedule those times when it's possible. So for me, it's been a lot easier for me to let go with Bella's school times because they're at a set time every week. I know it's a set duration of time. I drop her off, I pick her up, and that works really well for me. But I'm a schedule person. I really appreciate that routine and that schedule. So for other people that may not work quite as well, but it does help knowing that you just have that set in your routine. And then it was just kind of like we did swim lessons before, only now I'm dropping her off and picking her up at a certain time. A shorter duration period of time is what has worked for me as well. So if you find a preschool that has only a 2 or 3 hour day, that for me was really optimal. Anything over that amount of time really seemed too long for me personally. Other people would think it would be great. And then the last suggestion I was going to have is, this isn't too hard for me because of the personality type that Bella is, but if you have a child that's already independent, this one's going to be easier. Basically, you just encourage them to be independent. You don't let them see what you're feeling inside, and you just talk about how fun it's going to be, everything that they're going to learn. I ask her a lot of questions about what she did at school, her friends at school, what her teachers did. I try to be really engaged about what she's doing at school. We always look at her folder. It's a very fun thing that I keep her engaged in, and I encourage her to be independent. So when I'm dropping her off, I check her in and we do the quick, hand washing thing, get her a picture moved over so she's in at preschool. They do that at her school. And then she gets a quick kiss and I'm off. So I'm encouraging her verbally during that time to be independent and what a fun day she's going to have. And then also by kind of not lingering, I think that kind of helps too, because she's ready to go. Bella's an independent personality, much how I was at that age. I told my mom at kindergarten that she did not need to go in to sign me in the first day. I would go ahead and take care of it. So I think that's definitely going to be Bella too. My mom told me since then that she kind of had her feelings hurt. So I think I'd probably have mine hurt too if Bella did that to me. But it helps when you have a more independent child. But if you have a child that's maybe a little bit more reserved, it may take a little bit more encouragement on your part, and it'll be tough if you're already kind of holding back on whether or not it's the right thing to enroll them in a program or be away from you for a certain amount of time. But from observing Bella, she has done wonderfully with it, and if they get into it and it's really a good fit, I think that there's a lot of good rewards from it as well. So this was definitely one hurdle that I've been trying to get over, and this I thought was a great comment from someone to add into Stay Home Mom September. I have been working little by little bit, and I really feel like I'm at a point now where it's getting a lot better. It's getting easier to allow Bella to be independent, to where I can let her go into lessons and preschool and that sort of thing, and kind of let go a little bit. The times when I can supervise, like a dance class, there's a big mirror, two-way mirror that you can sit and watch the whole time. Preschool is a shorter duration of time. that tends to work well for me. Some people would probably be okay dropping their kid off and having a 5-hour preschool, but for me personally, what's worked to ease into it is having shorter duration periods of time and having it scheduled. So basically I'd say to just use baby steps when possible, find the setting that you're comfortable in, schedule it into your schedule on routine days if that's something that sounds appealing to you, and then also encourage them to be independent as well, verbally, and then just with your physical nonverbal cues as well, because they pick up on that, and I think that kind of helps bolster their independence and their kind of self-awareness and that sort of thing too. So those are kind of my thoughts on it. Let me know what you guys' experiences are down below. I have definitely felt, especially when Bella was like around 2.5 and I really kind of had to make that decision, do I let her go to preschool, do I not let her go to preschool? It was a real struggle for me. And originally my intent was not to even look at preschools until she was 4. Then all the things with Natalie started happening. That's what kind of changed my mind on it, and we started looking into it. Now the things with Natalie have kind of slowed down and that's no longer an issue, but I am very glad that I went ahead and enrolled Bella into preschool because I see so many good positive things coming out of it, and it is a very short period of time. You know, I was worried about not being around her for a period of time in the day, and I wanted to have as much time with her as possible. But really, if you choose a preschool that's only a few days a week and a short duration of time, you're basically just going and dropping and picking them off, running one errand, and you're going back to pick them up. So it's really not that long amount of time either. So hopefully this has been helpful if you've been struggling with this as well. And that is my stay-at-home mom confessional for the day. So thanks for watching Stay-at-Home Mom September. I'm not sure if there'll be any other videos posted up during the month of September. I may post a few stay-at-home mom issues up in October, but the moving has started and there's probably a vlog either before this or after this, one side of this video. I just did like a little sneak peek type of thing, so hopefully you guys will enjoy that, and we will have moving videos coming up. So that's what's going on around here. So thanks so much for watching and have a great day.